So we decided to hit the park with the boys today. They've been in the house all week, so it's always good to come out. And it feels amazing outside. It's been really cold this week. It feels amazing outside. So the boys gonna play around in the park for a little minute, and they just gonna do their thing. Going to the park, Papa? Yeah, we going to the park. Let's go this way. Come on. Let's see. Come on. Come on. Come on. There you go. You know what to do. Woo-hoo-hoo. You know what to do. That's right, boy.
Where are we going, big man? Where are we going? He's out of there.
Whoa.
Here, you gonna swing?
Whoa. We are both chilling, huh? Yeah, swing. 'Cause I'm happy. What book you reading, buddy? Huh? You reading Happy? Kason, where's your book? Kason, is that your truck book? Really? All right. Okay. You want another book? Want me to read it to you? Yeah. So, what does it say? I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air like I don't care. Baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. 'Cause I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happy. It's in the little things you do all day. It's in the details that makes life worth it. It's in the little... Yo, what's happening, everybody? This is your boy Laurel Cole Molzak. Welcome to my channel. You already know what to do. I need y'all to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button below to get more access to all of my channels and notifications when I come up with new material for you. So I'm gonna get right into this one. This one's about being a good father and the challenges that we face to be a good father. Now again, my boys are now 2 years old, 2 and some months old. They're the pandemic babies, we call them. They were born in November of 2019. And something that I've learned is that it can be hard to be a good father. I would say that. I think there are definitely some challenges that men face, that fathers face, that can be a barrier in our minds to be a good father. Of course, being a good father can be subjective. But at the same time, it is something that we fathers strive to be. We want to be the best dad ever. You know what I mean? We want to be a good dad. We want to make sure that our sons and our daughters, know who dad is, that we're there for them. We're there showing them love and discipline and just being there. We want to literally be there for our children. We just want to be a good dad. But there are some challenges that men face, that fathers face, that can be a barrier to being a good father. Here's one challenge. Challenge number one. Maybe you just don't have enough time. And that's hard because with men, we want to work, right? We want to make sure we're providing for our children. And one of the things that can hinder us from being a good father is not having enough time. Maybe you work a 9 to 5, or maybe you're an entrepreneur and you work all night. But it's because of the nature of your job, and if you don't do it, you feel like you won't have an opportunity to get another job. And so you just don't have enough time to hang out with your children. You don't have enough time to hang out with your babies. And that stops you and hinders you from being a good father. I want to encourage those who may be struggling with the not having enough time. One thing you can do is cut out all unnecessary things. Actually make time for your children. I don't care if it's 1 o'clock in the morning, you get home at 11 and your kid's asleep. Pick them up. Hold them, rock them, just give them that presence, because our presence is needed. As fathers, our presence are needed. Even though you may not think you have time, you have time. Challenge number 2, you may feel like you don't have enough money. You may feel like I work enough to have less. Because let's be honest, when you take on having a baby, when you take on having other children, the money that I make dwindles. It's like I have this amount of money, I know I can take care of wifey, but man, I didn't know diapers were this expensive. I didn't know that I got to take them to the hospital to get their shots and stuff. I didn't know that I didn't know I had to pay for this much food and milk and all this stuff and bottles and Pampers and wipes. I didn't know all of this stuff cost so much. I gotta buy a stroller. I gotta buy a car seat. All of this stuff is expensive, and I don't make enough money to afford all of this. That's a real challenge, and that can like mess and play with your mind as a dad. Like, I'm not a good father because I don't make enough. I'm not a good father because there's so much I want to give, but I just don't have it to give. I want to encourage you. Just because you make less doesn't mean that you're not a good father. It just means you have to work a little harder. It just means that there's some responsibilities that you have to put in place. Maybe you don't make enough money. Maybe you have to take on another shift. Maybe you have to cut out unnecessary things and take on a different project. Or maybe, there's other things that you may have to do. And that's why it's called a challenge for you to overcome it. Yes, you may not make enough now. That doesn't mean that you're not going to make enough. We have to be creative. We have to take on that responsibility. Yes, it's pressure. It's a challenge. But it's something that we can overcome, and it's something that we can definitely work through. Number 3, your romance disappears. You ain't getting none. You and your wife, maybe she's dealing with postpartum and you don't know how to support her, and you mad because you hearing the crying baby and you going through all this and you trying to figure out how to support her, financially, and you got all this stuff going on, and you just totally just missed the romance piece. You don't have time for your wife anymore. Maybe she don't have time for you, or maybe you just don't have time for each other, and it's because you're not making time for each other. That's the issue. It's not like you don't have time. You're just not making time for romance. Sometimes in a marriage, when you have a child, yes, it can definitely hinder. It becomes a barrier. It can become a barrier. Your sex life can definitely be affected by children. It can, if you allow it to. And a lot of times, marriages, men and women don't put in the effort to make sex and to make their romance a priority. Oh, my baby, I gotta take care of the baby. Oh, I gotta take care of the kids. And so the husband is put to the back burner. Or the wife is like, she on some other stuff. But usually it's the husband put on the back burner, and he's the one that wants the sex. And the wife's like, I'm good. But when you don't make it a priority, your romance just disappears. Your romance diminishes. But at the same time, men, we have to make it a priority and a requirement to ensure that she is loved. Take her out on a date. I don't feel like going on a date. I don't want to go. Give her some clothes. Buy her some clothes and tell her, let's go. We going. We got a sitter. We going out tonight on a date. Give her some flowers. Give her some roses. Like, surprise her. Give her a gift. Tell her we're going on vacation. That's how your romance reappears. That's how your sex life reappears. Because you're not connected. And there's a connection there. The reason why your romance disappears when you have kids and you're a dad is because there's no connection. You've connected with your child, but disconnected with your wife. That's who you need to be connected with. Because when romance disappears, your children get affected too. You can't really fully love them the way they should be loved when you don't feel love at all either. When you don't love yourself. So in order for us to feel like we're a good father, when romance disappears, make it a priority. Don't sit there, don't be lazy, don't say, oh, she don't want to have sex with me, I'm just going to let it go. No, your job is to connect with her. Your job is to make her a priority. Just like you make your child a priority. Make her a priority and connect with her. Become intimate with her. That's how romance reappears. I think I'm going to end with this challenge. You don't have enough me time. And this can be a challenge of being a good father because sometimes we can exert all of our energy into all of our responsibilities as a dad, as a husband. But when we don't have me time, we don't set aside time for us, a lot of times all the frustration that we've built inside can be lashed out at our spouse, or it can be lashed out at our children. And I've seen it done. I've seen men who don't have that time for them, and all of that frustration boils over to rough discipline, or boils over to aggressive ways towards their women, towards their wives, and it's not good. It's not good for you when you don't take care of yourself. You're going to have to set time aside to overcome this challenge of being a good father. When you feel like you don't have enough time for you, you need to take some time, maybe an hour or two a week. It may start an hour or two a week. Go to the gym, work out, play some basketball, whatever you do, soccer, badminton, tennis, whatever you do. Take some time out, an hour or two of your day, and just step aside and just have you time. Whether it's meditation, whether it's praying, maybe you just want to go to church by yourself. Maybe you just want, to go to the movies. My thing is the movies. I love going to the movies. My wife would tell me, "Rocco, you need some you time. Go to the watch a movie." I'm like, bet. I go to the movies, give me some nachos, you know what I'm saying? With a Slurpee, sometimes they got wings. I like this AMC over here. They got everything. I'm talking about, you click a button, they come bringing drinks, they bring in nachos, they bring in like whatever you want, cheeseburger, like they got the whole nine. Like, I'm reclined. You feel me? Like, make sure you have and make time for you. Make sure you're making time for you. Because if you're not available, there's no way that you can be available to anyone else. If you're not available for you, there's no way you're available to your children. They're at a deficit because you're not taking care of you. Self-care is important. Yes, an hour or two of the week. That's all you need. And then next week, do the same, hour or two. Now, some of us, we go crazy, say, I need the whole week. No, you don't. You don't need the whole week. I need the whole weekend. You may need the whole weekend, but take the hour or two. You know what I'm saying? Just take the hour. That's how you overcome this hurdle where you think you're not a good father because you're not taking care of you. Well, you can. The whole premise of this conversation that I'm stating is that we have to set time and make priorities. What is our priority for that moment? What is our priority for the week? We all know that we have to be a good father, so we got to take care of stuff. We got to make sure we good. We got to make sure our kids are good. We got to make sure they're financially stable. We got to make sure that they're emotionally stable. We got to make sure all of this. But at the same time, since we're making sure all these things are good, are we making sure we good? Are we making sure that we're stable in our mind? Are we making sure that we're able to, we're capable of thinking straight? Through emotions, through our frustrations, and managing our body well, managing our mind well? Are you going to the gym to exert that energy out? Those frustrations? Are you kickboxing, doing something for you to make sure you're taken care of? You time is important too. So I hope this helps you. These are just some challenges, but I wanted to encourage you to give you some examples on how to overcome those challenges. Listen, you're a good father. Don't let anybody tell you that you're a bad father unless you really are. But I want to encourage you, if you really are putting in the work, you're a good father. You could be frustrated, I get it, but you're a good father. Overcome those challenges and you'll be good. All right? Again, subscribe to this channel for more information, for more videos from your boy Lorelco. I'll let y'all later. Peace.